It's time for Q&A, Christmas edition. So I ask you guys to ask me questions, and you ask more than 200 questions. So my team went through them and they put me the 30 most cool questions. So let's go through them. How do you feel about the fact that you are an inspiration and influence to so many people? I think you always have an impact, but the question is in what scale. So I always had an impact among my friends, or everyone has an impact among their friends. Or when you upload something on your story on Instagram and like 500 people see it, you have an impact to those 500 people. So I was always taking this seriously, but now it's like a responsibility. I want to explain you guys. So this will make you understand who I am. So every day I wake up and I feel a huge responsibility because I think I'm in a unique position. I don't know, God gifted me with some good gifts, and I'm in a unique position to help the world. And that is with money, that is with everything, and help the world. Not now. Now all the stuff that I'm doing is just playground for fun and learning. It's my university basically, and I feel a huge sense of responsibility that I'm, let's say, the chosen one to kind of help the world. And this is, oh my God, I cannot describe you how heavy this feeling is, guys. I'm sure if this feeling passed to another person, this probably will crush them. This is harder than Navy SEALs. This is harder than all the challenges that I did. This waking up and this responsibility that you feel that I am a good person coming from a good family and being gifted all this stuff. And I am going to be better to be the billionaire in comparison to other people. And I will have more impact and make better good in comparison to other people because I'm honest. I'm working hard to help the people. I actually, when Jesus said, love other people like as yourself, I think I do. I love myself a lot, but I love other people as well. Maybe not as much as myself, slightly less, but I'm trying to. I love people. I want to help. I love animals. That's why I'm vegetarian. I don't want to kill animals. I love everybody. I want to do good in the world. And because of this motivation, I feel this responsibility that I need to help. The world needs me. It kind of sounds stupid and it's like, oh, this guy is thinking too much of himself. But this is, even if I'm stupid, guys, this is what I feel. So yeah, it's a huge in a way beautiful thing, but more a burden on my everyday stress in a way. So yes, I feel the huge and also with my videos, guys, I'm trying always to debate. A lot of times we're failing, but sometimes we succeed. I hope more we succeed than we fail, to make videos that are having a positive impact and they inspire people. I don't know, maybe by me running a half marathon barefoot in the snow and people leave the video and they just feel slightly a bit motivated that they can do something better in their life, or they can go to a task with a different perspective, more in a different way, or just felt good about the video and inspired them for their dreams or whatever the thing is. So yeah, it's a huge part of my life, the responsibility that I feel. How is your relationship with Airrack now? Why don't you appear on his videos and channel anymore? So Airrack is the YouTuber that when I came to United States with only a dream to become a YouTuber, and I have 3 years ago, and I had 10,000 subscribers, less than 10,000, or maybe 15,000, I don't remember very well. And I came, and the second day that I came with one goal to meet Airrack and give him a box. It was one YouTuber, now is a lot bigger. He has more than, I don't know, 50 million subscribers. And back then he only had 1 million subscribers. So I came to United States just to meet him and deliver him a box. And then after I met him, the second, I was very lucky that he accepted out of the videos that I made to meet him. And I was very lucky that he was looking for teammates back then. So he put me in his team. He saw that I'm cool or whatever, and he liked me being a character on his videos. I'm hugely I understand and grateful to him that he was probably the biggest reason why my channel now is successful. So, but I was working for him for free for 1 year, 1.5 years. So for free, it was every time that he texted me for a video, I was going. And I'm not saying that, oh my God, I was for free, but like, yes, he was not paying me. So it was not like him giving me a favor. It was making sense for him as well, because I was a good character on his videos. So I was making, let's say, his videos a bit more entertaining. So so it made sense for him. It made sense for me to learn about YouTube and to do all this stuff about and to see how they are doing with the cameras, to be because he made a lot of YouTubers back then, to be surrounded by other YouTubers. That was one reason that I met Mr. Beast. And then after meeting Mr. Beast, I won the Lamborghini from Mr. Beast. So it's basically all because of Airrack. So but yeah, he got a lot of stuff out of the deal as well. He had a person who was helping him for free, give him ideas about his channel, doing everything that I could to improve his channel for 1.5 years for free. But then after I had my channel being successful, I thought that I'm a bit bored, because I have a rule of thumb just to do stuff that is fun for me. So it was more fun for me to go and visit back my family for 6-7 months, because at that time I was in United States for 2 years and I didn't see my family for 2 years. So I was excited to go back and see them, and don't have commitments that I need to come back at any time. So I spoke with him about this, and also he wanted a person that can rely to being a character in his video for everyone of his video, basically. And so because I wanted as well to film my own videos, kind of it was a break point for both of us to kind of separate, and for him to find a person that he wants, and for me to do more of my videos that I want. So yeah, that was basically it. Now it's a bit sad that we don't speak anymore. I tried to text him to see him, but he doesn't want to see me. I don't think he hates me. I spoke with him once when we met at an event, and we hugged and stuff, but he kind of, we don't speak anymore. So by the way, guys, I want you to understand one thing about me that you can trust me, is that I'm saying always the truth, and also in my videos. The videos are never fake, and I'm always trying to speak my truth, even if people will not like it. So, okay, that was a long answer, but a needed answer, because a lot of people are asking about this. How did you build up this courage and confidence to do anything you want in public and on video without having any kind of social anxiety? That's a difficult question, I think, actually. So I don't know how. A lot of it is genes, but I cannot give you advice. Oh yeah, it's genes, so you cannot help it. But I think from young age, I kind of liked the attention in the public. So I started doing crazy things. I was shouting in the middle of everyone, and everyone was seeing me, and I thought that, okay, yes, I feel awkward when I do something and everyone sees me, or it's awkward. But then I still have my balls. Everything is still okay after. And the same thing when you talk to a girl, and same thing when you're trying to sell something to someone or trying to talk to a stranger, that you understand after you do it that it's not as difficult as you thought, and not as crazy as you thought. And now, to be honest, I'm new. It takes me like I have this feeling of like, oh my god, I'm scared. But when I do it and I go actually and I ask people, let's say I have to raise $100 from strangers, I go and the first one is kind of awkward, but then after I do 2 3, I have like, okay, after 5 will be okay. And I know in my head that, okay, just the first ones that are a bit difficult until you warm up, and then you do it easier. Building the confidence and like with all this stuff is basically, I think, taking very small steps, but actually doing them. Because let's say I will go and talk to one stranger today and go and say even hi, because it's awkward and like, how are you doing? And like, but and then you become a lot better. For me now, I can have an easy conversation with a stranger, and I can ask him to take me to his home, to help me in any way. It's like easy, it's like built in. It's still a bit strange in the beginning, but like I'm so comfortable doing it. So yeah, that was a long answer, I apologize. But have there any moment in your life that were depressing and hard to wait? Okay. Well, no, I don't think so. Because I always see the depression as a good thing in a way. Because I'm like, bro, I don't want to be happy all the time. Being happy all the time is boring. I want to be depressed. I want to be sad. Because this is what life is about. We are going to die experiencing all these emotions. I know it sucks to be all the time in depression, but for me, I think, natural genes that I'm way happier and optimistic about stuff. So it's not a state that I go often in. But I think the army was hard. Starting a YouTube was hard. Is now, for example, with this a podcast, because our podcast is not very successful yet. It sucks. It's like I'm working on it for 1.5 years. My team is working on it for 1.5 years, and it's the patience. You're like, can I do this? Am I good enough to do this? Am I so horrible of a podcaster or whatever? So this is, I think, a continuous battle for everything that you do. And now the same thing with the second. We started the second channel on Fidias too. It's like, am I good enough to pull this off with this type of videos? So it's always this kind of battle between but yeah, the depressing is more about work for me. It's not about personal things and meaning, because yeah, I don't know. Next question: what is the most challenging part of making your videos? The most challenging part of making my videos is the day before I make the video, and the first like 1-2 hours of making the video. Because there is the stress that, oh my god, what should I do? It's like because it's a lot of times my videos are very difficult to pull off. So it's like always in the beginning you're like, oh, like, and you want everything to go well in the first 1, 2, 3 minutes of the video, because that's the most important minutes of the video. So I'm kind of stressed about that. That's the most challenging part about. But for me, like, if you take it a bit from a higher perspective, what's the most challenging part about making my videos? I think they are very difficult, and physically a lot of times. Not eating 30 days or what, traveling across a country for free, so you need to sleep outside. You don't need to eat. You eat junk food, or you don't have water. It's difficult in a lot of different ways. But that's fun for me. That's not difficult for me. That's why I ask I said about the videos. What is your favorite video that you have made? I think some of the traveling videos were one of my favorite videos that I ever made that YouTube deleted now because of the Japan incident, because I was doing illegal activity inside. But another video like probably the 30 days no food, that was one of the most difficult video I think I did. Also the Elon Musk video, I think probably the Elon Musk video is my favorite video. It sucks, it's not a good video, but kind of the last 3 minutes is good. If you had to tell someone one day to motivate themselves in life, what quote? Have fun. Have fun is very important. Choose career, choose stuff that is fun for you. I think that's the one piece of advice that I give to motivate people, because if you are not having fun, that is not worth it at the end of the day. We are all going to fucking die, guys. All going to fucking die. If we didn't have fun in this planet, then what's the point? Having fun and trying to be a lot better person recently and be kinder I don't know how to other people and do more good in the world. So but that's fun. So having fun, I think, is the advice that I give to people to motivate them. What is a country you visited you wanna go again, waiting for you in Serbia? Okay, I want to go back to Burundi because we have to make the video of spending the $20,000 that we connected. So we're now in Burundi, is the worst poorest country, and we collected $20,000 from you guys, and I put another 10,000 of mine, so total 20. And we are in communication with one organization there, and we're trying to build kind of a school in a way, not a school, a room with computers that everyone in the neighborhood or in an orphanage, it's next to an orphanage, that they can use. So it takes time, and it's difficult to pull this off and do it correctly, because I feel the responsibility of your money, guys, and I want to do the best to have the maximum effort impact in that time. So it takes some time to let's go to the next one. By the way, guys, it's a good part to say I love you. I really love you. I love you. What will you do once you finish being a YouTuber after reaching your goals? Well, I think the next 10 years, guys, is just until I become 30. Now I'm 23. It's just fun. I don't fucking care about anything. But it will be kind of a playground for me to learn about business, to learn about managing people, to learn about branding, to learn how to talk with people, how to motivate people, or how to do everything. And then after, I will probably start some sustainable companies that help the world in a way that Elon Musk did with Tesla and SpaceX. And that's kind of I think where my life can have maximum impact in the world. Who is your favorite YouTuber you met? It must be Mr. Beast. Yeah, he was amazing, guys. He sat down, he taught me about YouTube when I had like 300,000 subscribers. He took me around his warehouse and showed me stuff. It's amazing, and it's a big inspiration for me. I have a tattoo of his name. Also have a tattoo of Airrack in my finger. So it's a huge inspiration to me. Are there any big collaborations ever happening? No, I don't know. I'm not a big collaboration guy. Yeah, I did some videos that were very successful in collaboration-wise, but I got a bit bored of it with collaboration stuff. I got bored because it takes too much effort, and I don't really like the relationship with other YouTubers, because a lot of times it's transactional. They don't really care about you. They just care about what you are providing. So I don't like to live in this world with fake stuff. So collaboration will be fun, but I prefer to spend some time with my friends or make a video by myself, because I love spending time myself. But Maybe occasionally some collaborations will happen. What kind of childhood did you have? Well, I had the best childhood you can ever imagine, guys. It's a bit. I wish I had a better stuff. No, I actually don't wish. From all this stuff that I will tell you, you're going to understand that I had the best childhood ever. So I grew up in a small village with 1,000 people. 1,000 people means that you go out with the bikes, you come, you go to school, walking distance. So you do all this stuff. You have friends. You go and build houses, tree houses with your friends and all this stuff. So, but one of the best things that kind of defined me as a kid was, first of all, the love of my parents, but it's mostly the family that I grew up. So I have 6 siblings, so we're total 8. So being in a family of an 8 people, it was the best thing that kind of happened to me, because it's like a university. My big brother is 7 years older than me, and he came to the house and he was like, I'm in the university now. And I'm learning more stuff from my startup that I'm learning from the university. I was like, interesting. So I'm just going to skip university. So it's kind of a learning hub for everyone. And the same things with my siblings. Now that they're younger, they're learning from me. They're learning from it's kind of a learning environment from everyone. You learn from everyone. It's love from everyone. So family is very, very extremely important for me. So this is kind of how I grew up. And another thing that helped me a lot with growing up is, when I was 17, I had the best high school teacher in the world, and I forced him to become my best friend. And you probably know him, guys. There's some videos now playing. And he's my mentor, my best friend. And he really defined a lot of my life, actually. So it's very beautiful that it happened like that. If I didn't have him to guide me when I was younger, he inspired me to go traveling. He inspired me to get into the science, philosophy, history, and all these topics that is what I am now. So it's these 2 combinations of, but when I was a kid, to say not all the good things. So when I was a kid, before I became 16, I was not the most famous kid in the school. I was bullied a lot of the times. A lot of times my friends in the village came to, I was beat up by my friends. A lot of the times my friends came and stole my bikes and my football balls from my house, because I was kind of a bit nice and naive and couldn't stand for myself. So it was, but I think every child goes through that. But also that was a pivotal moment. Another thing, I don't know if you consider this as a childhood, it's when I finished the Navy SEAL school in my country, Cyprus. Out of 200 people that applied to go to Navy SEALs, and only 70 people passed the exercise test. So we were out of 70 people. I became one of the 13 Navy SEALs of my year 2019 in the army in Cyprus. And going through all these hard moments, that was kind of hell week, all this stuff, cold winter, intense training was the best thing that happened, because now I know that if anything that you do to me, cancel me. It's not as difficult as hell week. Do whatever you want to me. It's not as difficult of drowning. Do whatever. So it puts kind of perspective to me. So that's another way. Do you fake your videos? I told you guys before, you can trust me that I never fake my videos. Never, ever, ever. Maybe sometimes, for example, I can give an example. When I was 30 days with no food, it was actually 29 days with no food, because my godfather died one day after day 29, and I needed to make a speech for his funeral, and I wanted to have some energy to do it, so I felt okay to kind of eat one day earlier. But I didn't say it in the video. The video was about 30 days because that's hard to communicate and explain in the video. It's very small things. If it will be like that will be if there is some kind of fake or miscalculation. But like everything that I do is true. And now I'm actually trying, I don't know, I'm trying to, even when I make the 29 like that days, I'm trying to say it in the video or somewhere in the description. I always put it. Just if you go to the video, you will see it. Forever to be transparent with what was the mistake or what was the thing. So fully, but I cannot sit down here and tell you guys that yes, my videos are completely real, and I expect for you to believe them, because I have a lot of friends, YouTubers, that they say, oh, my videos are 100% real, but their videos, a lot of them are fake. So, but you don't know and you cannot tell. So I cannot prove to you that my videos are real. But for example, I will try, for example, to show, maybe make a live stream while I'm doing it for you guys to make sure that it's real. But you understand that it's real in some different ways. Like, for example, the Elon Musk series that I was 65 days outside. You cannot say it's fake. Like, you can literally see Elon Musk. Like, am I friends with Elon Musk and manipulate the conversation for him to hack me after 65 days? No, I never knew he was my idol. I knew him, he was my idol. So you can see some of the stuff. It's an evidence of me not making fake videos that we are doing. How much money you have? So now with the Japan situation, the sponsors are not coming anymore to the channel because of this incident, and we cannot upload a video for the next 3 months. So both of our biggest revenue streams are, so it's tough. It's tough now. So but I reduced all my expenses to be able to be profitable and make more than we earn. But let's take one step back and say, I think the last couple of 3 years or 2 years, I made $1 million. And I lost it all in a way. Not lost it, kind of reinvested back in team, in dubbing channels, in a lot of different ways, reinvested it all back. A lot of the times it was not the best investment. Sometimes, for example, I spent in a video $50,000. This video cost me $50,000, which was not the smartest thing to do. Which is the airport video, for the editors to put it here, not to ask me later. So yeah, but now, like, I want you to understand, guys, also that I'm 23. A lot of people in my age, they're going to universities, they're studying business. But me, I made all these mistakes myself. I went to it, and now I know how to. I have a lot of the times they say that the people with the experience end up with the money, and the people with the money end up with the experience. I'm not sure if, but you probably heard that, if that was correct. So now I have the experience, so I can make more money in a better way. So yeah, I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. We're making a lot of money. We're making so we've been making $50,000 a month for the last 1-2 years, and now it's a bit difficult because we're making $0 or couple of $1,000 per month, which is a bit difficult. But as I said before, it's very, for me, it's not about the money, it's about the knowledge, it's about the experience and understanding and learning. So I heard so many stories of people that is like that they got their first money and they kind of didn't manage them well, but then they end up with the experience, and now their next ventures are doing better. So hopefully in the future I can answer with better with an answer like, oh yes, I have $1 million in the bank, which I think money is very important in a way, because you can, money for me is nothing but just a tool to have impact in the world. So I love money. I love money because it allows me to have better and bigger impact in the world. So yeah, that's kind of the way. And let's go for the last question. Your thoughts about Palestine and Israeli war? Not too educated on that, but it seems a very complicated topic for me, guys. Palestine and Israel. But now I think it's not. I think the United States kind of caused this war because of the miscalculation moves that they did in the leading years coming to this conflict. And now that they gave the free okay to Israel to do whatever they want in Gaza, which I think it's without restriction, I think it's sad. But also the thing that Hamas did to Israel is sad as well. So it's difficult. It's difficult. But now I think it went out of hand with the Palestine people getting killed. So many people, innocent people, is crazy. I cannot even picture it. I don't have any experience with war like that, guys. No relatives that they do. So I'm just talking here for my office here, my table, not even understanding what's the issue. But I think, like the war in Ukraine was caused by the United States, and the same was caused by the United States this war. So kind of I don't hate Palestine, I don't hate Israel here. I hate the United States for the policy that they had and came up for this war. And with that being said, it was a very raw, honest conversation. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you learned something or made fun of me or laugh at how stupid I am. But I am trying to become better. I'm trying to learn as fast as I can. Okay. Merry Christmas to everyone. I love you all. Yes, I'm a bit emotional, but very beautiful. Very beautiful.